Hello, welcome to the UTS Core Bore Sight Alignment Procedure. This procedure is targeted at equipment technicians familiar with the UTS handler. At the end of this procedure, you'll be able to properly perform the picture frame alignment and the standard bore sight alignment. Section 1.0, the core bore sight alignment, which includes the picture frame alignment, should normally be performed once, unless handler performance dictates otherwise. Now here's Johnny to demonstrate Section 2.0, Setup and Verification.
On the in-test docking plate, it is imperative that you make sure the bushings are in the docking plate. As you can see by the arrow on this one, the bushings are missing. There is 4 bushings in this docking plate, and we will point to them at this time. All 4 bushings are missing, so they will be required to be installed before we can continue with this procedure. Now, as you can see, the bushings have been installed, so we can continue with the bore sight alignment. At this point, you want to check the side gussets to make sure that all 4 docking pins are in the side gussets. If they are missing, they must be replaced at this time. In Section 2.3, we're going to remove the 6 832 socket head screws from the picture frame. Break them loose with an Allen wrench. And use a nut runner to remove them. Save the screws for later reinstall. During this step 2-4, we're going to be removing the 1/8 inch roll pins from the picture frame. By using a little bit of alcohol, a 1/8 inch drift punch, and a hammer, you can drive the roll pins right out of the picture frame. Don't worry about the pin. We will not put these pins back in because it's no longer required. The alcohol acts as a lubricant and enables the roll pins to drift out much more easily. You can also use an arbor press if you have one available. That completes the step to remove the roll pins from the picture frame. On step 2.5, we reinstall the picture frame onto the core structure, and we secure it with 4 1032 socket head screws using a 5/32 ball driver. And the reason you want to have all 4 of these on the corner of the picture frame, when you do the alignment, you want to make sure that the top and bottom of the picture frame is secured to the core structure. We install the bore sight alignment fixture onto the picture frame and secure it with 4 832 socket head screws. Once it's secured to the picture frame, we proceed to the next step. Okay, continuing with removement of the alignment fixtures, you go ahead and remove the two guides and remove all four 832 socket head screws which secure the alignment fixture to the picture frame. Remove the alignment fixture from the picture frame and stow it back in its appropriate container. Also, make sure that you remove the two brass bushings from the 7-hole guide and stow those, because there's only two of them and you do not want to lose those. The next step is to remove all four 1032 socket head screws from the picture frame and remove the picture frame from the core structure. This step will then complete the picture frame alignment, the manual picture frame alignment. Once this is complete and the handler is docked back together, you need to do electronics bore side alignment.
Now if I can do this alignment procedure, so can you.
Now we'll install the picture frame alignment tool to the docking plate, and using a plastic mallet you want to make sure that it is all the way in next to the docking plate and secure. We'll use 4 1/4 by 20 socket head cap screws, and those are installed in the outside of the alignment tool. And once you get those in, double check and make sure there is no movement in the fixture whatsoever. That will affect alignment.
Now here's Johnny to demonstrate section 3.0, picture frame alignment.
Okay, to install the docking plate, it's very heavy. It requires 2 people to prevent personal injury. So at this time, we will install the docking plate. Okay, once you get the docking plate on there, have one person hold it in place so that it will not fall off, and install 4 1032 socket head screws using a 5/32 ball driver. And those need to be placed above and below the guide pins. Make sure they're good and tight, because that will affect the alignment.
Now here's Johnny to demonstrate section 4.0, standard bore sight alignment.
At this time, we're going to install 2 brass bushings, one in each outer hole of the 7-hole guide. As you can see from this angle, using the long guide bar, the 7-hole guide is out of alignment with the X-Traveler. It will require adjustment. It may be necessary to loosen up the 4 socket head screws securing the 7-hole guide to the storage area, and in this case it will be, and we'll loosen those up, and as you can see, when we do, we can move the 7-hole guide until the alignment is complete, and then tighten the socket head screws back up and re-verify that alignment is still good. And here, as you can see, it's lined up.
Now here's Johnny to demonstrate section 5.0, removal of all alignment fixtures.
On step 5.1, we will remove the alignment fixture from the in-test docking plate by removing the 4 1/4 by 20 thumb screws. These should be secured back in their container for use for next time. On the alignment fixture, just remove it from the in-test docking plate and stow it back in its proper container. The next step takes 2 people is to remove the in-test docking plate. While my assistant holds this side, I will remove the 1032 socket head screws. While making sure that the fixture is still fastened securely on the core, with all the bolts removed, remove the fixture from the core and then put it up accordingly. At this time, we'll use a 9/64 ball driver, and we will loosen the 6 832 socket head screws, securing the picture frame together. Now, using one hand, lift the alignment fixture until the alignment bars slide through the fixture. Use caution here as not to bind or force these because you could damage the alignment bars. Then tighten one top and the opposite bottom 832 socket head screws while holding up on the fixture. This will prevent binding. Go back and check and make sure the alignment bars go in smoothly. Then go back and tighten up the remaining 4 socket head screws. And then after those are tight, double check and make sure the alignment bars are still smooth for operation. This completes the alignment of the picture frame. Next, we'll insert the 2 long bars in the outer 2 holes and go through the X-traveler to verify the X-traveler is aligned up correctly. And this will take a little bit of movement. And we'll go around to the front to show what the alignment looks like from the front. This verifies that the X-traveler is in line with the picture frame. From the front of the machine, you want to verify that the alignment bars go through the X-traveler smoothly.